Hey guys, we're back in another episode of Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014. I think we've gone over this before, right? But is it Duels of the Planeswalkers still? Because it still says Magic 2014 everywhere.
Oh, I just look at what it says in the top left corner of the window, and it just says Magic 2014. So that's all I ever think about.
It is Magic 2014, right? Like, is it still the Duels of the Planeswalkers, or is that done? Have I been calling it the wrong thing forever?
I don't know. Yeah, even in the freaking in the library, it's Magic 2014. Yeah. I don't know.
It is. Yeah. It might
Hey,
just be
are
Magic
there
2014.
eyes at the bottom of the screen right by where it says Start Duel? You might not have that button.
I don't have
I
that
don't
button.
Start Duel, yeah.
Like underneath
eyes.
Rob's portrait and then the bottom right corner of Austin's portrait, there's looks like eyes.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
there it is. I see
Eyes.
it right there.
You see it?
It's,
Yeah, right
something.
there. Look, you see
Is
him?
it like an owl with a really wide head?
I think Austin got my joke.
I got it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start the game now. I don't know what just happened.
I
Fucking he can joke around me. It's very rude.
You said in the bottom right corner, and I just typed eyes in the bottom right hand corner.
Oh.
'Cause,
Shit!
That was a bad sound.
Fucking. I had a hand, and I was like, I'm gonna draw a new one. And I know it's gonna be bad. It was bad. It's all lands. It's just all lands. And I'm
That's
singing
always
around
good.
Tap the mic. Yeah, I may or may not have done a very similar thing. Oh, good,
Good.
and I drew a land. Awesome.
Lands are
I-
fantastic.
I went from having 2 lands and good cards to having all lands and then having 2 lands and shit cards. So
Yeah. That's what
Magic
we did.
2014.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. People were saying actually that you unlock cards in the decks for playing, and then they don't tell you about it apparently, which is why
Oh.
I guess I never I never saw
They
it. So
told me.
maybe I turned something off by accident in the options menu.
Oh,
I
you
don't know.
turned that off, but you don't turn fucking Balan.
I don't know. Maybe I accidentally did. I don't know if I did or not. But anyway, so yeah, they don't tell you, and essentially what that means is that our mana, because it automatically puts them into the decks, any card you unlock. So our mana ratio can be off potentially for some of these decks that we use.
Well, that's why I gotta go edit it.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna do that though.
Yeah, I know. I would just be in the comment section for you. So
Yeah, okay, that's good.
so you wouldn't get those comments out of the way.
Yeah, you think 80 episode?
I was fucking.
This is 90 now, Rob. This is episode 90. This one.
Oh, is it?
We're just around a month away from being
Wow.
up to 100.
That's
close to
crazy.
episode 96, man.
Yeah, the reverse of the magic number.
That's
Never
when you lay butt to head.
Butt to head,
Yeah.
on top of each other's backs. It's weird. I don't know
it's
how you
just
get
really-
much pleasure out of
People
that.
aren't that into it, to be honest with you. I try.
Just,
yeah.
Punch their butts from the other side, I guess.
I'm
You
just
you
imagining
headbutt
like
them.
people just slowly banging their heads against butts and it's kind of like just jumping. I don't know. It's a dumb image, but it's funny.
Yeah, it'd be really good. I'm sure that sexually it's very exciting. I would not
Yeah.
be surprised.
I would do it.
It's the good old stink neck, I think they call it.
Stink neck.
The good
Ew.
old
I wouldn't do it anymore.
stink neck. So I did an embarrassing thing today. It's not that embarrassing. But it's a little
What did you
embarrassing.
do?
I broke my toilet seat.
You broke your.
Uh-oh.
toilet seat.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
must have been a crazy.
Now, let me put this in perspective. I am overweight. I'm not like 8,000 pounds, all right? So I should just put that out there. Let that be known.
Okay,
So
Rob
that...
is not
You're
fit.
using overweight in the way of you're just heavier than you want to be though, right? Like you don't mean you're overweight.
No, I'm pretty fat. Like I'm
I
a fatty. Like I'm
You're not a
I won't
fatty.
lie. I'm not. It doesn't matter. Either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Essentially, I was sitting on my seat, and the toilet seat was taking a poop, and I just leaned over to one side. And now, keep in mind, this is the toilet seat that I've had since I was probably, well, I guess I moved into this apartment when I was like 3 or 4, so that long. So it's pretty old and shitty, not like literally, yeah, not
Just
literally
poop.
shitty, but it's kind of shitty. It's got like, I don't know.
Wait,
It's
do
just-
you guys see that on Nick's lands? Is that just me?
What?
No. Oh,
You-
yep, I do. Yeah, that's
You
weird.
got like a land underneath your lands. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
correct.
untapped. Yeah, I think the game
What?
might be breaking after time. Like it's like, oh yeah, well,
Rating.
we can't always make people just buy the roster update outright, so it's just gonna break after a couple of years. We added in a artificial scarcity code. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't even know what you're talking about, man. I can't
I don't
see
think
anything
you
wrong.
can see it because you.
Oh,
Yeah.
But basically, you have how many lands do you have untapped right now?
I have one.
You've won. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to. Yeah. Well, yeah. You played a card that costs 3.
Yes.
No, Rob. I don't know
What?
what.
What?
British there.
No,
British man. no, Rob, please don't take my monster away.
I didn't
Do
mean-
you occasionally just get fits of Britishism?
I hear that's a horrible disease. That
No, I
people
don't.
have.
Yes. I forgot what I was talking
It's
about.
like British Tourette's. You just stop.
No, mummy, no,
No!
governor. Does that,
I can't do it. Wait, that's
It's
not
like
British.
You're meeting a head of state, and it's just like, just say hello, Mr. President. Just say hello, Mr. President. Hello, governor. But yeah.
I heard that.
So yeah, I snapped my toilet seat, and then it pinches your butt. It's really unfortunate. I have to get a new toilet seat. Also, here's another thing that I wanted to say. I hate poop. Don't like poop. I forgot what I was gonna say. Is why I said that. To
Oh,
be totally honest
oh,
with you.
okay.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. It
Pretty
was
safe
something.
statement, to be honest.
Yeah, right. I don't think a lot of people really like poop. I mean, some people are into the scat stuff. Oh, that's what it was. Is the Cadbury
That's
cream?
what reminds you of it. Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, the way that you guys talked about it, but people were like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Cadbury cream eggs are delicious in the chat, in the comments. So
Nope.
I don't know, man.
Not
Stop.
delicious.
What did
I'm
I
gonna try.
do to you guys?
You were gonna tap my shit, man.
I haven't fucking. This is like the 4th Magic game in a row. I've just been completely fucked.
You were
Well,
gonna
in
tap
fairness,
it.
last time I was fucking Nick pretty hard, or was it? Yeah, I think it was Nick that I was like, I had to like use things. Although that one game where I tried to use fucking like tendrils of corruption, I just couldn't kill that one goddamn creature.
Yeah, you
uh,
had a great edit going on with that, like
Yeah, that was pretty good.
zooming in and getting all intense.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
pretty.
liked
That's
it.
pretty nice. It was like the circus fire.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Those
I'm
poor
gonna play.
clowns.
I'm gonna play a creature when my turn comes around, guys. Don't.
Oh, okay. I'll get my cards ready for that.
Yeah,
Don't
hold on. Let me
bleed.
just get my kill card ready
Yeah.
to go.
I gotta pull it out of my sleeve.
Ugh.
What deck do you have? What is
The
this?
one that has no creature.
Oh, Aura thing. Okay, yeah, I don't want to deal with
Good,
Aura
okay.
thing.
Aura thing's awesome, man. That got me to win like twice.
I know, that's why I'm gonna attack him instead of not attacking him.
Yeah.
If I can be over here, guys. Belief, I guess.
Hey, Austin, you think it would be a good idea to talk about bull shots in this episode, or do you think it's gonna make things way too upsetting?
Type of what?
The whole thing we were talking about before in Skype, the Dark Souls thing.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm already upset at you guys for fucking me, but I mean,
You get salty.
we might
If
get
I had a
salty. I
nipper
don't
for
know.
every time I heard that. Seriously, never. I would not. Oh, it's my turn. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's even more awkward.
Yeah.
Whoopsie-daisy.
So, Rob, I don't know if you heard this, but they announced that they're potentially downgrading the graphics in the PC version of Dark Souls 2 to potentially maybe match the console version, which, in my opinion, kind of looks like shit.
Yeah, why would they do that? Is it to
That's-
like cut development time? Is that what it is? Because if it's that,
Well, they delayed the game by a month already when it came out for some reason, and we didn't know why. So I think we jumped to the conclusion that it was because we wanted to let them have the time to make the textures not look like shit.
right, exactly.
but-
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They developed the game as a lead platform on PC. So
Right,
the idea
that's
was
right.
that they would start there and then dumb it down for consoles because you're dealing with hardware from 2006.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means then that shit should already have been kind of done by the time you get to the consoles, right? Am I missing something?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. Now, I'm not a game developer, but I will say,
Neither are we. Yes.
yeah, but I would imagine that it probably takes, because I know that, like, the art-wise, you pretty much have to remake the game to put it on old hardware. Like, for instance, you know how far textures and models of things they're at a lower resolution to increase draw distance or whatever. So that's not just like a setting that they click. They just have to redo the art in a shitty way. So
Well, they have the meshes, and they actually take where they distribute the polygons. They actually basically break them into less subdivisions, and then they just go and clean up the edges so they don't look as awful.
Right, yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's like, so it's a whole. You have to like create new assets every time, pretty much.
No, you just start with the really high-looking one, and then you work your way down.
Yeah, but still, I mean, still, you it's not just like a button like, hey, this is lower resolution.
No,
like we
nothing's
have on
ever a button.
Yeah, right. Yeah, true.
Nick,
What?
it's indestructible.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I forgot to look at the bottom card. My bad.
But
All right, well,
That's fine.
you win this time.
you win.
Go,
this
keep
time.
going. By the way, I just want to point
Nerd.
that
Yeah,
out.
keep going.
So essentially what I'm saying is they probably maybe underestimated the amount of work they had to do to make it work on the Xbox 360, and perhaps overshot. Like they're probably overshooting their budget, is what I'm thinking. But you would think that the sales from Dark Souls 2 would make it so that they can get away with it. I mean, I don't know how well did it sell on PC? Was it regarded in such a way? Was it regarded in such a way that they think that it would warrant going over their budget a lot? Oh my god, with the fucking aura things.
You mean on console?
No. I mean on PC, Dark Souls 1.
Oh, yeah, I'm not really sure where the sales figures ended up. I mean, I know it sold a lot more in a long tail than they
Right.
anticipated it to, because obviously the community built up a lot over
Right.
time, but I don't know, maybe it's not quite to that point.
And you also have to keep in mind too that I can't believe the amount of fucking mana I'm drawing. You have to keep in mind too that that they are a Japanese company and Japan has no PC market whatsoever. So they're
Right, but
probably
they
still out of their
developed
element.
it
in
on
doing that.
PC. They said like a bunch of times.
Yeah, I mean they said that, but I mean when you use a dev kit like console, you're still developing it through the PC initially, so it could have just been like a spin on exactly what was happening. You know what I mean? Like you plug in the dev kit into a PC to do the coding. Like they don't do it on an Xbox 360 controller or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course I know that. I mean, like if they said that they were using that as their lead platform, then what's the excuse?
That they
Like
were
they
lying.
knew what the PCs were capable of when they developed the game and released footage that was also misrepresentative of the game.
Yeah.
So now why go back on that? Like you kind of made a mess there when it wasn't
Yeah.
necessary.
Well, I think, like I said, I think they might have just underestimated the amount of money that it would take to develop on the PC. Because like developing on the PC is more difficult in that you have to accommodate from multiple, builds and whatever tech people have in their PCs and stuff. You know what I mean? As opposed to for the Xbox, where it's like this is what it looks like. There, no two Xboxes will look any different. And perhaps
Right.
it was a similar thing here where they were like, we didn't expect that we had to, adjust for low, medium, high on all these different settings, and then also on all these different products, and trying to make the game run on most consoles. And not to mention the compression, like that stuff is usually pretty shitty too. Like a lot of the PC ports I see are like 400 gigs to download this fucking game because they don't know how to goddamn compress the files properly. Like Skyrim, when it first came out.
All
was
right.
like
I mean,
6
that's actually
gigs.
probably the most viable
Yeah.
way that you said that is probably the most viable way that I've heard it described. I think scaling actually would kind of account for some of these issues. Because
Yeah.
me and Austin were looking at these comparisons of like the lighting engine before they gutted it to make the game run at 30 frames per second on the 360.
Yeah.
And the difference is it's like horrendous from one to the other.
Right.
The whole sense of ambience in the game is kind of lost based on how they change things. So if they have basically a platform that they could release this thing on the same like target render level, but they choose not to, that seems like such a wasted, missed opportunity to me, and it's really depressing.
I would not be happy if they.
I
released
looked.
it either.
It was the first time I was seeing the video. Nick showed it to me before we started the episode, and I just want to point out how insanely drastically different the two were. Like, it's not just like, oh, this looks a little bit better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably different. It basically went from, like a cool, like he used an ambient, like dark shade, like just hard to describe how
It was
really
super
good
high
it was.
contrast, kind of blown out lighting, but it
and-
works with what they did.
And then you go to the release version, and it's just blue and gray, and
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
shadows.
the contrast is dead. It's just
Yeah, there's
completely
nothing.
flat.
Yeah, I mean, they're developing for a console that is, like, people have to remember, too, that, like, this console cycle it's gotta be one of, if not the longest console cycles we've ever had. I mean, it's almost a decade. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't even care about that. I'm worried about what's up with PC, of why they can't deliver that now when I can clearly run that.
Yeah, that's pretty shady. I think the easiest explanation is probably that they went over budget and they weren't expecting the amount of, like, what they would have to do on the PC. Because, again, they don't have a great deal of experience. I mean, who knows how long it took to even make the PC version of Dark Souls 1. Like, no one really knows how long it took. They could have been fucking developing for a long time, and we heard they announced it, you know.
I thought they kind of, well, by the fact that they only replied because of a petition says to me that, like, probably not that long. Like, they didn't seem to want to make it, and then the public kind of forced them to.
Right.
And then they took that public outcry as, like, a sign to say, well, maybe we should prioritize this more. So kind of every expectation was on that, well, when they showed this target footage from TGS and E3, like, this is in-game footage, clearly, and it's got a lighting system that we can understand. We've seen other games that have used lighting systems like that, where they're dynamic. And then when you get this out on console, like, none of those things are present. So we all go, oh, well, obviously they're just going to hold that shit back for PC.
Right.
And that's where we all start to get a little frustrated, is like, okay, so you kind of really push that as your main marketing angle, but it doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember
So, like, I'm not saying they did it intentionally to deceive people, but in a way, at the end of the day, it almost feels like it almost doesn't matter, because that's the result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Getting attacked.
This is just 3 damage. Don't worry about it. It's simple. You know, you don't block it. Everything's happy.
Well, he's got 0 cards in his hand, but full mana. So.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, we'll get back the 3 life anyway, I suppose.
Oh, well. You're not going to use that on me. Hope
Yeah,
not.
apparently. I didn't really look at that first.
Oh, alright, well.
Oh, Doomblade.
That sucks.
Yeah. God damn it.
Can you guys be mad at each other for like 2 turns while I draw 2 more lands?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because you guys are going to kill me, and then you're going to have 2 massive armies to pit against each other. You got to think about the future here.
I don't know. You're still pretty much the strongest guy on the board right now.
Are you joking? You both have plus 30 life. I have no cards. You have more lands than I do, more creatures than I do.
You have an invincible creature, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm dead.
Well, yeah,
There's
but
a little.
I can't, like, kill it. And also you have a
I know,
vigilance
but-
lifelink thing.
Oh, see? Hey, look, drew another land. Fucking, don't worry about me, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I should do those disclaimers I always have to do whenever I say anything negative about the Dark Souls series. I still think the game is fun. I still think it might look like crap, but it doesn't matter because the gameplay is fundamentally more entertaining than the graphic settings, and it's not really the main point of the whole discussion. I just bring it up.
It's bashing Dark Souls 2 because it's Dark Souls 1.
I should write down a bulleted list of the things I need to say every time I say something negative about the game. I'll do that at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. The graphics aside, like, everyone's always like either, oh man, these graphics suck, or oh, don't care about the graphics, about the gameplay. It's like we always seem to use
Can't we
either.
have both? I like both together.
Yeah.
Like, give me the whole package if you
Yeah, I
can.
like both things.
Right. But to me, honestly, if we're gonna start criticizing Dark Souls, it's just the level design. It's just so bland. It's.
Oh, and I gotta say, I'd much rather have had 30 frames per second than fancy lighting also. So yeah, that. But you know what? The weird thing to me is, yeah, they made all these compromises, but yet they kept in the dynamic torch system, which really didn't help the game for any reason at all.
I used it once in the entire.
People just upped
It
the
was not
brightness, right? Like they
necessary.
tried to make the game real dark and like so that you couldn't see and you're supposed to use light or whatever,
Yeah.
and then
It's
people
funny
just upped
too
the brightness.
because every time you find a torch, you get more time added to your torch, and by the end of the game, I had like a 3-hour-long torch.
Yeah, me too.
Like you start out with 5 minutes is what you start out with.
Well, I haven't played it because I haven't played it on console. Mostly because I was expecting it to be better on PC, but now you're telling me that it sounds like that's not going to be the truth.
Maybe not. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
There is a chance that that still might not be the case, but it's just really hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if they gotta push it back longer, I think the hype's already worn down anyway. That I don't really care.
I don't think
if
they're
it's
pushing it back again.
Yeah, I would prefer it if they did that. If they would get the graphics the right way.
They don't have to release it with the graphics, so it's still gonna sell regardless.
Well, yeah, I mean that's probably what they're thinking too. Is like that's what I'm saying. Is like if they're over budget, then they're probably like, well, people are gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, it hurts me because I looked at it like a piece of art. The first Dark Souls is just absolutely beautiful, and it hurts to see it sort of stripped away for no reason other than finances.
Yeah, me and Nick were also going through like concept art and original designs of levels, and
it was stunning looking.
Completely different than what
it was full of like freaking like just beauty dripping out of it, and I just didn't see that inspiration in the actual stuff that ended up in the game.
An interesting thing, I don't know, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, let's not do too many. We haven't really done any spoilers still.
Yeah, can I say the name of a level, so people who've played the game know what I'm talking about?
I guess that's fair game. It doesn't probably expose much about it.
Yeah, there's a place called the Iron Keep in the game, and we were looking at the design of that level compared to the level itself, and honestly, when I thought, oh shit, my dick in the whole fire, GG, no, but what in the actual game, you just get to this area, you never actually like,
it had impossible geometry.
You never see it, that too, but you never actually see it. Like you're never outside of it to look at it.
It just doesn't exist. It's like up in the sky, but you can see from the ground that it's not there, and then you go there, and it's like this huge sprawling area that doesn't exist. And people are probably going to say it was intentional, but I'm not going to buy it every time they say it. It's almost definitely not, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it was the result of multiple teams all working on things and then having to put them all together at the last second, and there was no better way to put it.
I don't want any of that shit.
Well, you might have infinite zombies. Because...
Oh, good. Well, fine. Just be yeah, okay, fine. Sure. Yeah. No, I didn't want to have fun today at all. And I didn't want anything to do with any kind of fun. Yeah. It doesn't.
Rob, you're clearly getting the better draws of the two of us here.
Yeah, I got 5 lands in a row, and then I got a card that lets me do things when I get land after I got 5 lands in a row.
Yeah.
It's glorious. Yeah.
Well, you gotta have the save up lands strat. Is how you
honestly that's all of our strat.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like you just gotta float like 8 lands in your hand and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna play it all over the course of the next 5 turns.
I'm sad now. I was like, oh look, I might have. Oh yay!
Oh, all right, fine.
You deserve it. Hey, it's back right now.
Yeah, you get it back.
Hey, Nick, if you want to do that same combo and take it for your own?
Yeah, that would be crazy if you had that.
That would be really good.
Oh. Nah, I thought about it. I don't want to.
That'd be real nice to have.
You can exile permanent or creatures. Is it permanent?
Well, at least no one has it. I'm okay with that.
His bullshit enchantment is about to give him like 6 zombies or 3.
Yeah, there they are. Hi, zombies.
If you can get that card back out, you can exile his enchantment and you can stop doing that.
The zombies won't attack me because I'm also a black deck.
That's true.
You say that. Once I'm out of the way.
It's hard to say what'll happen after that point.
I'm not going to give you the satisfaction.
Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say is that we were looking through all this concept art and we were looking at the trailers. The trailers and stuff from Dark Souls 2, and there were like many areas and enemies that just don't exist in the game, and it was like depressing.
3 or 4 entire areas that are in this original trailer that just don't exist.
I understand that they don't want to spoil you on like the final parts of the game and stuff, so maybe they made up new assets so they didn't have to, but then they also showed like the run up to the final area of the game. Like, come on, you don't do that and then that.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty common in video games, though. Like, Wind Waker, I remember the fucking teaser stuff for Wind Waker had a bunch of shit that, like, ended up not
I don't like
game.
that.
Yeah,
especially a game that's so, like, big about not spoiling stuff. Like, people really care about that.
Yeah, true. You're making choices, Nick? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I had to pick which creature I wanted to kill.
All right. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know what that is. Ooh.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Thoughts. Oh well. Live and you learn.
Wouldn't really helped you that. Well, no, you have a lot of zombies in there. Only like 3 or 4, and they're all tiny ones. Honestly, if nothing's done, Rob just wins in like 3 turns.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably. Maybe.
If I write down the stuff I should say that qualifies every time I say a negative thing about Dark Souls 2, I should also write down that every time we do one of these things, that people shouldn't backseat us in the comments, because that just is driving me nuts.
Yeah, I don't really care.
In the last episode, somebody was actually like saying that I used a card wrong when I actually used it correctly, so they were like upset at me for using it the way they thought it worked, but it actually didn't work that way, and it's like,
yeah,
just don't do that.
the worst part is when it's like the entitlement of like you should have known that, and then especially when they're wrong, it's just like, oh, that feels good, but you'll never know because I'm probably not going to respond to you.
Right.
In all
well, like
likelihood.
by the time the episode's up, like what am I gonna do? Like I'm not gonna take the episode down.
You're gonna feel bad for, I don't know.
I don't want to hype on or harp on negativity much more. It's just like
it's just like, honestly, even people have been saying. I mean, if you're here for the Magic game itself, oh, that would have been great like 9 centuries ago. If you're here for the commentary or the Magic game itself, I mean, it's
you might be doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We're pretty bad at Magic, all of us. Like even the best of us aren't very good. So.
And even like then, like honestly, multiplayer Magic, like anything more than 1-on-1, is really unbalanced.
Yeah, it's just extremely imbalanced.
It's very like based on who feels like doing what to what person that day.
Yeah.
Rob.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, like, I'm not even a novice at the game. I've been playing it for like 15 years. I just don't care to be good at it.
Yeah,
I just play it because it's fun. It's just an easy, casual game that I like.
That's a thing that's happening with like all of YouTube and stuff, and I guess it's not happening. Like it's always happened, I suppose. But it's kind of frustrating. Like I'll be playing. Like actually, this happened fairly recently to me in South Park, which people know if they watch my series that I even talked about it because there was a huge amount of negativity, and for the first time ever, I had to. What does this thing do?
Why?
I'm just looking at it. Oh,
why?
Nice.
What am I doing? It's so fucking. I don't even care.
But
well,
anyways,
I mean,
so the what was I thinking? What was I saying?
I don't know. You're me fucking. I hate both of you.
But
your
anyway,
South Park episode, negative
South Park
stuff.
episode, a bunch of negativity and stuff, and it's like, why do you want me to be like the? It's a fun game. It's a game for fun. Who cares if I do something wrong? You know, like it's not. I'm not fucking gonna go play MLG South Park or something, right? Like, who cares about the meta of South Park? It's just for fun. It's a fun game for fun. Games are meant to be fun, but you know, I don't know. It is one of those things.
I don't even understand the point of negative comments on YouTube in general. What do you get out of that? You feel superior to the person you're leaving the comment on?
Yeah.
Like, when I read them, they just make my day worse and they make me not want to produce content as much, and that's about all it does.
When you put it out in public, then it's pretty clear that it's like, oh, I'm better than this person, and I want everyone in here with his group of people so that hundreds of people can see I'm better than him.
But there's different types of YouTube channels, right? Like, there's channels that are huge that, like, the creator has no ability to even read all the comments that they get. And then there's channels that are more like our size, where it's like, I still read everything that people write to me. So it's like a one-on-one.
Hold on. Rob, can you not make this last 9 years and just hit attack with all, please?
I don't really need
You want to do that?
He doesn't see the reason to do that?
He just wants to do one at a time. Okay, one at a time.
Well, I mean, I can't, like if I guess maybe it'd be faster if I attacked with all and then stop them from blocking,
you can drag
them out.
Yeah, drag or do the box select.
Oh,
box
okay.
select.
I've never done that. I don't know if it...
Try the box select.
Basically, and what I'm saying is leave angry comments about Rob's inability to use Dragon Box feature.
Dragon Box.
Dragon Box.
I'll put you in a Dragon
Z
Box.
is what it's called, I think.
Dragon Box Z.
Official name, yeah.
Well, no, there's like two different kinds of like criticism in comments where it's like one is just someone just wants to make you feel bad and just wants to be angry, and then there's people who like are actually criticizing, but then that splits off into two people who are criticizing the right way and people who are just being dicks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some
Like, you
people
can
don't know
leave
the difference.
criticism and it can be totally fine, you know.
Right.
It can be helpful and productive, or you can just
Yeah.
tell someone that they did something wrong.
This one
And-
guy's comment was like, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry." Right? And then he replies to himself and he says, "Okay, then I saw what happened here. I'm not sorry anymore." And then he replies to himself
Wow.
again. And it's like, "What? How can you be such a fucking idiot?" And it's like, "Fuck you. I don't care." Like, don't look. Here's how YouTube works.
Just leave then.
Yeah,
if that's
exactly.
how you
Here's
feel.
how YouTube works, okay? I have something called the tyranny of the microphone. I play the game, and I say what I want to say, and I play how I want to play, and that's my right. You have the right to just not watch. You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. You just not
And it's
watch.
not to say that
if
we're
it's getting
trying-
you angry.
Trying to silence you, but like, yeah, don't say that it's painful. Like that. What does that help? We just want to have fun here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
We're not charging you for this. If you're not enjoying it, you didn't lose anything. We're not responsible for any of your time. Well, I guess time is the only thing you do lose.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You can
And-
stop as soon as you don't feel like your time investment is worth it anymore.
Yeah.
I want to say I do get I get when people say, "Oh, this is painful to watch." Like maybe like when you're recording a video and you miss something, and maybe it's obvious to people, but maybe you just missed it. Like I can understand like if you're milling around the same place for 5 minutes and you just don't. Some people just don't like that, and then it annoys them. This game's gonna fucking crash. But
Yeah.
I lived. Suck it forever.
oh no,
Yeah.
you lose, Rob. But you don't have to make a comment saying that. Like
Yeah, right, exactly.
it doesn't help anybody.
Okay,
Well,
this
don't
is
you
one of
think
the
what I
times
said
that wish
before
I had
about
that
the different
down.
types of channels kind of matters too? Like that the ones that actually bother to read all the comments, it's a different interaction. It's one-on-one with the viewers instead of the viewers being one-on-one with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's me and them versus them and them. And I
Yeah.
like my way better for now if I can get away with it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you know, you do get hardened, I'm sure, by making comments on YouTube and not producing content as well. And so I guess that's what their thinking is. But yeah, I
Well-
mean, it's that people have that mentality of like, well, you gotta have a tough skin. And like you say that from a position
Yeah.
of like not knowing what it is like to have like 100
Well, and I
people
bought
shit on
into
you.
that for the longest time, and now I just
Yeah.
kind of think it's bullshit. Like you
Yeah, it's a
shouldn't have
big
to
load of
be
bullshit.
something other than a human being to create content
Yeah,
for people.
exactly. Yeah, especially when you're creating just something fun and light. And just I'm not being like. I think it has to do partially with all the and. Well, maybe I shouldn't necessarily say this, but the majority of like say like Twitch, right? People
Yeah.
watch competitive content there on Twitch. Just because I have the damage effects on, I'm just gonna do this and
Yeah, do your worst. It's fine.
yeah, but anyway, so yeah, like people watch the competitive stuff. They watch the speed runs. They watch just competitive Dota, League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth, Smite, whatever, and then they associate those communities or how you interact with people like that, or people who are putting themselves out on the internet playing video games, as like I'm competitive at everything. And a lot of people have that competitive mentality. A lot of people have channels that are dedicated to like Isaac Breakers. There's like loads of Isaac Breaker channels now.
YouTube came first, though.
Huh?
YouTube communities and bad comments
came first,
first.
but keep in mind that YouTube communities started with speedruns as well, and then I mean gaming content, and
Right.
then moved on to this personality-based thing. And I think people are having this idea that like that means if I'm watching someone, I should expect them expect them to play as good as anyone can possibly play at this video game. And if you market yourself in a different way, which hopefully I do, even someone said is like yeah, people can get shitty on you, but it's like I thought that you being not that good at video games was part of like what you do. Like that's more funny. I was
Right,
like,
just an
yeah, I
understand-
agree. I think it's more funny that I am bad at certain things in video games. I like watching channels that are bad at certain things because, well, it does a couple things. You all learn together. That's kind of nice. But it's just more that I don't know. If you're doing something for fun, which like say the Magic series is just for fun, then treat it like it's for fun.
No, man, it's competitive magic.
And if you're,
we get paid for this.
If you're not watching for fun, then you probably came to the wrong place. Like we were saying when we started this, is like you probably did. Like that's, and it's sorry to say, like I don't want to lose a viewer, but I am not good at Magic. I probably will never be good at Magic, and I'm okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, then you're watching the wrong series.
It's not
there's hundreds and hundreds of people that love to be
more
professional.
emphasis on the commentary in this series in the game. Like
Like
I have to, if I want to think about the game, I have to just stop talking to you guys and look at my cards and read them, and that's probably not the best thing to do. So a lot of time we don't do that. We just kind of play what's glowing orange and hope for the best.
Well, I don't know if we go that far, but it's a showcase for us to hang out for a while and just shoot the shit and be dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
So like sometimes we talk about more serious stuff. Most of the time we don't. Yeah, but we never really said we're being competitive about it. I don't care if I win or lose at all.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just have rivalries for fun.
Yeah. I will say, in fairness to commenters, I guess, that's always like a weird word because it doesn't actually, it's always wrong. But anyway, that, we are, like, we have a casual series of a competitive game. Whereas, like, I'm sure no one shits on PewDiePie for, playing prop hunt wrong, right? Because
I'm sure there's lots of
probably someone does.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Just by sheer numbers, I think.
Yeah. But you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? It's this is theoretically a competitive game that we are playing casually, whereas you can play a casual game and you probably wouldn't want to watch someone playing a casual game competitively. Like, I don't think you want to watch a series on Farmville. Where a guy's trying to min-max how to get your farms properly. Although, there's probably
someone
does for
does.
that.
Props, man.
Yeah.
You don't got enough corn for the end of the year harvest?
How are you so fucking dumb? You didn't click the corn when you could have made a corn cob pie. What the hell is wrong with you? But yeah.
I was always surprised too that people would leave angry comments because I didn't play a game right on Indie Impressions. Like, it's a first impression series. This is literally the first time I played the game.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what you expect from me, but I'm not changing the way the series works 600 episodes into it because you didn't like the footage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole different approach and it's a different series. And I understand if you're not happy with it, but it's like, it's my show. Sorry.
Yeah. That just reminds me of.
But I sound like such a dick when I say that.
No,
I think one thing that's really important to say right now, because we're talking about a vocal minority here. Like 95 to 99% of the people who are watching this right now don't do this. They just don't.
It's true.
Like 80% of the people don't even comment.
Yeah. That's totally true. Like, most of the lurkers are happy to watch the content and think it's fine. I guess it's the same thing as in politics as well, where it's just like, a vocal minority who are just stirring up shit and making everybody feel bad for no reason. Because they feel like it. But yeah, for the most part, we love each and every one of you. Actually, not for the most part. I love even the shitty commenters. Because whatever, fuck it, you just made me the 100th of a penny, fucker, suck it. No, just kidding. But seriously, though, like,
No, seriously, if you want to suck it, I mean, just...
Yeah, if you want to suck it, then I'm here. I'm right here. You can go right ahead. No, but,
No, I'm serious.
It's like, I understand. It's just that a lot of times the argument against it is like, yeah, well, you're on YouTube. You should learn to live with it and not be so petty and talk about it. Like, well,
we will have to do that.
It's my life. That's my life. Is what I deal with. It's like, someone even made the argument to me one time. It was like, well, this is like a job to you, right? So you wouldn't talk back to your boss if he was treating you like shit. And it's like, yeah, I would. What do you? You must live a real shitty life if you let your boss shit all over you whenever he wants to. That's terrible. You should not let that happen. Like, that's
funny you mentioned that.
If you sacrifice your dignity for security, then I don't know.
I worked in retail for 7 years, and in that space of time, there were a lot of situations that came up that felt like I was kind of just being straight up harassed by customers, but because it was my job, I couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
So, like, why should we cater to that lowest common denominator when that, like, shouldn't be the way it works in the first place, right? Why should we just say that that's the status quo? I'd rather it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd have kids come in that were just like, they'd stand in the store for an hour and just ask me questions over and over again. Eventually, they'd run out of things to ask me, so they'd just start asking me shit about my personal life. And I'm like, I'm like stocking shelves or like trying to help other customers. Like, can you like, where are your parents first of all? And their parents were never there. They would have dropped them off at the mall and they just leave.
Exactly,
so it's like I can't
that.
do anything but call security, and that takes time. And then the parents are gonna come bitch at me. So I don't win in that scenario. So why do it? I just put up with it. So like, let's not perpetuate that kind of shit in YouTube. It doesn't have to be like that. We're just human beings trying to make a living and have a good time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or you could live in Turkey and get no YouTube or Twitter at all.
That's balls.
Yeah, this is pretty shitty.
Balls.
Lost all our Turkish viewers. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I wonder if we actually had any Turkish viewers.
Probably.
I think I had like 6.
Yeah.
I think I've looked at my statistics.
Turkish viewers.
Yeah, I like looking at those sometimes. I know there's a view. I don't know if he watches this series, but he's watched me for a long time. And he's from Saudi Arabia, and
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It's probably like one of like 2 people who watches my channel from Saudi Arabia, but it is pretty cool. It is pretty. It is just kind of amazing, this thing that we sort of take for granted, all of us. I mean, like us making the videos and the commenters shitting on us when that happens. Not all of them, obviously, but I mean, you know, you take for granted. You're watching some dude play a video game from like, this is like what you did as a kid when you were waiting for someone to pass the controller on the couch, except you could do it over the span of hundreds of miles, thousands of miles. Yeah. That's crazy. That's
millions of miles.
I don't know about millions of unless aliens are watching. That's possible.
Billions and billions of miles.
Light years away. I know. I have a really big fan base in Alpha Centauri, and it's very they're really vocal about my South Park play.
Billions of miles.
I was just in Bear Chat the other day, hanging out in his Twitch chat, and there was somebody from Sweden that was like, hi, and then there was someone from Brazil that was like, hi, and we just kept going. Like, they're international as hell. Like, everybody around the world hanging out together, watching one dude play a game.
Yeah.
And that's just really crazy.
Cool, man.
It's really fantastic.
Cool. It's cool stuff. Yeah.
This is a cool contrast, good and not so good. Of YouTube.
Yeah, but like Austin said, and I mentioned this in my video responding to the South Park, like the shittiness where I had to turn off comments, that you're right. Like it's easy for us. Like it's easy for us to think it's everybody, because if it's the majority of the comments, then that's the only reciprocation we get, right? Like that's it. We see.
Tell us how good we are in the comments.
It sounds sad to say, but I actually go so far as to actually say that sometimes.
but like, so if it's oversaturated in the comments, then it makes you feel like that's the majority of people. But in all honesty, I get like what 40, 50 comments on a video, right? And then there's like 1,000+ people watching, so it really is a huge minority, even if it's shitty. So, you know, that's
why is the minority got to be mean, Rob?
Yeah, I think. Actually,
and it's not even like there's one dude that like, or any like someone is trying to troll us. It's
just
that
like,
one
guy
comes up every now and then, and it just kind of makes my day a little worse. That's all.
Yeah,
so I'm not like grieving my time over this. It's not a big deal. It's just, you know, it doesn't have to happen either.
But it's also one of those things that I've realized too, where it's like, you know, people get mad. I've seen in comments of other like big YouTubers videos and stuff of like people get mad that they don't respond to comments or talk to the fan base and stuff. Right. And even times people will say it's cool that I like respond to comments and stuff, but you gotta realize, like, part of the reason that they don't respond to comments is because the comments, they've been doing this for longer than we have, and the comments have hardened their hearts. They're a cold, dark place, and they know what the comment system is like, and they know what the comments are like, and they don't want to look at them. They don't want to look at them. I've known many a YouTuber, including myself, who has ended a series because the comments were shitty. Because the comments were just perpetually shitty, and it's like, why do I... If no one's having fun on this, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't want to break the cycle of enjoyment, right? Like, I don't want to ever come to that conclusion that it's like, well, to have self-preservation, I need to just disregard my community. No, the point of it is the community.
Exactly, yeah. That's the whole reason I started this shit. You can hang out with cool people, but, you know. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I just want to get closer to people, not further away, that's all. So it just, you know, it makes my day shitty when I see that, and people are like, well, just why do you do this? Because you should have done this, and you should have done that. It's like, well, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah, it's too late, motherfucker. Yeah. It's usually the communities are usually way better in Twitch, but that's because it's moderated.
the one-on-one.
And also a lot of people, like, you know, when you comment on a video, it's like, oh, I commented, like, again, like I said, like, commenters are even hardened to it because they expect no one would respond, and they expect the video maker to not look at the comments or something. Be like, look at this fucking asshole doing this thing. Like sometimes people are like, I can't believe
I get that.
I can't believe he did this. And then I'll respond to him.
Yeah, you're talking
like,
to the other commenters when you say
exactly.
that. It's all about perspective in that.
Yeah. And it's like, so it's like a past thing that I can say whatever I want because I'm not gonna have to directly deal with this person. But in Twitch, it's like if you say, "God, you're a fucking idiot," it's like, yeah, you just said that to my face, basically.
Me. Yeah.
You don't have the balls to do that.
Say that to my face, motherfucker. All right.
Yeah.
You come over here, and I'm gonna. I don't know. I went a little randy
Oh,
savage.
man.
Same thing I've noticed if a video is old too. People jump in on those thinking like, oh, I just won't see it because it's old. Well, all the comments get kicked to the same place, whether they're old or new.
Yeah.
So, like, there's this. I've had this one video that's been sitting there collecting angry comments for like a year and a half now. It's sort of a Minecraft-like game, and of course, that seems to bring out the worst in people.
Yeah.
And it's just been this battering of the developer for like a year and a half, and I just don't understand why people are still showing up there to yell at each other over a thing that hasn't changed in a year.
You know, speaking of that, there's a video that I have of it's actually, I think, my most popular video, where it's on Super Smash Flash 2, and my audio channels were fucked. Like I screwed up essentially, and so like it was only in the left ear, left channel, audio. I still
Those comments
get comments.
are the same every time.
There's like 500 comments on the video. I still get comments to this
My
day.
left ear
being
really
like,
enjoyed this.
Yeah, my left ear really enjoyed this one. Man, I am a funny Jokenheimer. I'm sure no one ever looked at that. And they didn't look at the 500 other comments that were literally word for word the exact same joke. It's like, what? Like, at that point, it's like, whatever. Like, I'm not...
At that point, I just want someone to say that right ear really missed it.
It's just like... It's like there's a wall. There's like a wall there in the brain. It's just like what? What do you expect too? It's like okay. So the video's been up for a year and a half. I'm sure no one thought to mention that the left channel audio was there, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna like even if I know that, right? That the left channel audio.
In case.
There's a year and a half. Do you think people are gonna come to this video and be like, "Holy shit, he's right. It only has left channel audio." We upvote this fucking guy. He knows what he's talking about. Give him whatever.
That would be the most fun shit ever if we just picked one of the dudes that said that and we just make a video celebrating how right that person was. Like a year later.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I didn't know this until now, but luckily, Minecraft guy 1234, he let me know that my 2-year-old video, the left channel audio, is only in the left channel. I can't believe I did this. I'm so sorry it took this long to realize this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do something about it.
Yeah.
I think we might be coming off as dicks now, so
I'm
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, it really. I know. I was about to say. I really hate to make it sound like I shit on the commenters. I love you, commenters. I really do. You're good people. Most of you.
I do as well. It's just the minority that comes up that just needs to be weird for some reason. It's just, you know, we talk about this stuff on occasion, and we have to keep each other sane sometimes because we all have frustration moments, and, you know, it's cool to discuss it with you guys as well. Let you into the conversation.
Yeah.
I remember I made a video, the Starbound video, that got like almost 400,000 views. And
blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah, great. And people still, like, I took it down eventually because I was just tired of it. But people were telling me how wrong I was about one thing. I said Terraria wasn't getting updates anymore. And at the time when I made that video, the developer had said Terraria is not getting updates. He's done with the game.
Yeah, I remember that. That happened.
And then when he announced, oh, hey, never mind, gonna update it, people thought that I should have retroactively known that he said that. So,
right, yeah.
He was wrong. You know he is gonna make a new update.
I would have put an annotation in or something, but you probably did that.
I did.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I did do that. It still didn't work.
Yeah, I think YouTube has annotations actually set to off now by default.
Oh, cool. All right,
Yeah.
that helps me get my messages out then.
Yeah, because like whenever
really annoying with annotations sometimes.
Oh
so.
yeah, they totally can be. But
I assume
and
there's someone
understand.
selling something.
Yeah, usually, yeah. But like sometimes like it'll like I'll see a video and it's like there'll be annotation right here now so that you can know when the thing is like I don't have an annotation. It's like, oh, I have to turn them on every video in order to see them. So whatever.
And then they had people that were doing like full screen annotations over the video.
Yeah,
or if you click
that's-
it, pause it subscribes to them. Like, yeah, thanks
or like
for
it
that.
clicks to some other channel or something or another video, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Or like they do the hidden ones where it's where it's like the little box that you can barely see, and they'll put it over like a black background, and then like if you go to click on like close the video or like where the full screen button is, there's like a little tiny space that you've subscribed to their channel. It's like I don't even.
It's like got him.
That's so
Exactly.
dumb.
Yeah.
People
Those, like-
think that having a lot of subscribers matters. It doesn't matter at
No,
all.
it doesn't matter. It
It's
doesn't matter at
only
all.
views.
Yeah.
In fact, I have like 5% at most of my subscriber base actually watches my videos.
Yeah.
So, like,
most people are like
It
that.
doesn't matter. Like, I've been in the same position, kind of just treading water for the last almost year now.
Yeah.
So my
If you
channel
wanna
keeps
be a
growing.
YouTuber, pro tip: don't go for subs, go for views. Because
Yeah.
if you have more views than subs, that's actually a really good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because subs
that's-
will, if you make videos that consistently get a lot of views, more views than you have subs, your subs will eventually exceed that number.
Yeah.
Trying to trick people into subscribing only hurts you by making you out to be the asshole. I don't
Yeah.
understand why people think that's a good idea, but it never works. It doesn't
the
help
same thing
anyone.
Is like remember. I don't know if people still do this. Well, actually, I guess they can't do that anymore because YouTube basically removed it. But remember, when I was starting out, I would see these channels all the time, and I would get messages from other channels being like, "Hey, box for box, box for box."
Yeah. Well,
Whereas,
that's
like,
they ran statistics on it, like the amount of people that would check your channel based on who's in your popular channels or friends list. Like, it's so
Yeah.
small.
yeah, exactly.
Not worth doing.
It's just like not only is it not worth doing, but it's like it's dead or like I think this probably still goes on. It's like, hey dude, like I'll see this on when I watch a video that has like 15 views, I'll see like the only comment on the video is like, hey dude, I'll subscribe to you if you subscribe to me. I was like, why would you do that? You literally just said the reason that I am going to subscribe to you is so that you will subscribe to me. I know, based on that premise, that you will not be watching my videos. Who gives a
That's
shit
because
if
they
you're gonna
just want a
subscribe to
larger
me?
subscriber number. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I just
I
love
guess.
the ideology of like tricking someone into subscribing. Oh no, I just subscribed to this guy by accident. He got me. Better watch all of his videos forever now.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
man.
doesn't happen.
Yeah. There
At
are.
all.
I guess that's another thing too. Is like there are a lot of really scummy scumbag YouTubers too who make
Yeah, I think
content,
that number
too.
of like they just don't succeed though. They rarely do now.
Yeah,
it was a
no.
thing in the past. It would actually work. It just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Reply girls. So yeah. Well, anyway, we've been talking for like 15 minutes.
I hope
after
you guys
the
enjoyed us
episode.
complaining for the past 40 minutes.
Yeah, I have a feeling this magic episode is not
We'll be
gonna
back
be
with
well
the dick
liked.
butt jokes in the next episode. We promise.
The ironic thing will be is if this is full of angry comments, right? Like,
Yeah.
We'll complete the circle, and the next video we'll talk about those, and then
Yeah.
we'll just keep going.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll still love you even if you leave angry comments. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Even
How
if
about you
got to
just
this point.
leave angry comments anyway,
Hey,
regardless. how
if you
feel.
got to this point, and you listen to us like talk about fucking nonsense for 15 minutes, then why don't you write poop tree in the comments?
Poop tree, yeah.
Poop tree. I like poop
Yeah.
tree.
I like
You
poop tree. Yeah.
You gotta write poop tree in the comments.
It's very
If you
close
write-
to the puppetry word, but it's like you missed a few syllables. Poop tree.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like as if I was
Monkey.
gonna make a really awful
Monkey.
joke, so never mind.
Monkey.
It's like the monkey. Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna say
Um,
monkey now instead
Instead
of that.
of donkey, and don't explain it to anybody. That
Well,
would
that's
be
the other
best
thing.
part.
Everyone just writes donkey on all my videos now, like even my impressions ones. I'm like, all right, no, I mean I get it. It's funny, but like I want to discuss the game now, and we just say donkey.
Donkey.
That's it.
Yeah, in fairness, that one you brought that.
I
one
brought that
yourself.
on myself.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand.
you
Did
did
that.
that was all you. But yeah, yeah. It'd be
not
nice if we had sub emotes on YouTube. I know you guys said that you wouldn't like it. I would like personally. I would be
No, I'm
more
not
than
into
welcome
it.
to have a bunch of spam of just like funny emotes on my channel. I wouldn't mind that at all. But you know, anyway, poop
What have we
tree.
learned today, people?
Yeah.
Don't
If you,
care.
you know what? We learned a lesson that you should have all learned from your parents, which is if you don't have anything nice to say, then
Write
maybe
about
don't
it
say
and all.
anything. Yeah, just write it in a really
Yeah.
angry YouTube comment and
Curry
make
the
someone
favor of
else
the
feel
general
like
public.
shit. Exactly, yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. This is Magic. We'll be back every Monday, Wednesday, or I guess not Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Whoa,
that's
Whoops,
yes,
daisy.
Rob.
Whoa.
We're not going to expand the series. It's just going to be Mondays and Friday.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry.
You just opened a whole other can of worms. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
be.
my.
All right,
that's-
well, we better record another one for Wednesday now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta.
We gotta just do this whole recording over. We can't. We can't have that slip through. Bleep it out. Just bleep it out. We'll bleep it
To
out.
be honest, we should just do this whole recording over.
Yeah, really. Yeah, this wasn't that good. Anyway,
All right,
bye,
in the trash
everybody.
with it.
Yeah, see ya.
Later.
This is Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.
Just in case.